Morning, everyone. How are you?
Good morning, sir. Yeah, I'm fine, sir.
Okay, let's get started with our session today. Today, um, our topic today is about business plan. Business plan is one of the important activity of the company, and it can be part of the business communication of the company internally and externally. Um, okay, now let's have a look in more detail about the business plan. Let me share my PowerPoint. Okay, right. This is the PowerPoint for business plan. Right. Before that, let me enlarge the executive summary. Okay, right. The learning objective of this session today, there are two. The first one is to get an overview about the business plan, and the second one is to apply the knowledge of writing the business plan. Okay. Um, Now, first we have a look at the definition of the business plan. Okay. A business plan, by definition, a business plan is a comprehensive document that describes a company's mission, structure. When you have mission, yes, sometimes mission is accompanied with vision. Mission, vision, usually one goes together. Structure of the company, objectives of the company, and then operations. In general, business plans can be written during three separate phases of a company's life. Um, as the plan itself mean when we before we do something we plan, right? But business plans actually can be used in three phases of the company's life, with different purposes, of course. So the first one, before the company is being launched, we need to write the plan so we know where the company will go, what the company is trying to achieve, the target, and who is the customers, like that. So initially, before the company is launched, we need to write the plan. Okay, the company, before the company is launched, when the founders are defining their vision, mission, of what the company will be. Yeah, as I said, vision and mission usually go together. Vision means the uh, long-term goals. It's like a company's dream. What is the dream of the company? What is going to be achieved for the long run? But and then usually it is accompanied with mission. Mission is the translation of the vision. So vision and mission therefore usually go together because mission is the elaboration description of the vision, what is going to be done, what is going to be achieved, like that, in more realistic way. But vision is for the long term goals. It's like the dream of the company. Okay, so we need to do that in the uh, com- business plan because it will guide the companies to what direction the company will operate, will go. Okay. The second purpose of the business plan is when the company is seeking funding, in which case the business plan takes on a persuasive tone to convince outsiders that investing in the firm would be a profitable decision. Okay, so for the second purpose, when the company is already launched, is already in operation, then the business plan here function as the business development plan of the company because in this plan, the company will try to seek funding to get more potential investors to develop the operation of the company. So this is the second phase of the business plan writing. So as I said, in this second phase, it actually functions as business development plan. And the third phase, after the company is up and running, after the company is in operation, the business plan serves as a monitor and control device for the company to monitor and to control whether the operation of the company is on the right track. So this is the third purpose or the third base in using the company business plan. With these three purposes, we see that business plan is really important for any business, whether small, medium, or big one, because without business plan, there is no guide what the company is going to which direction, what is the company is trying to achieve, like that. Okay, so business plan in short is very important for the existence of the company. Right. Now we have a look at the checklist of the business plan, right? The business plan should tell a coherent, consistent, and cohesive customer-focused story. Who is the customers? So when we talk about customers, it covers at least two areas, demographically and psychographically. Demographically means what is where they live, what age level they are, what gender they are, and then psychographically is what is their preference, how they I mean how they behave in terms of consumer behavior. Yeah. Okay. So and then clearly the second checklist, it clearly defines the market, its prospect, the customers, suppliers, and competitors. So these are the part that need to be clarified in the business plan. The third one, it contains credible business planning, assumptions, and forecasts. Yeah, it must be credible, realistic, achievable, so that the potential investor, especially when you use this business plan for the second purpose, for attracting investors and potential investors, it is very important that your business plans contains credible business planning assumption and forecasts. Um, Credible means realistic, makes sense because it is achievable. Yeah. So it is important factor in writing the business plan, and then describes how the business will achieve sustainable competitive advantage. Yeah, this is also important part of the description that we have to include in the business plan, because when someone want to invest in a company, they want their money not to be lost, right? They want to get profits, okay? And more than that is they want to get assurance that the business is sustainable. It means it will run for a long time, not a short time. Therefore, it is sustainable. Um, Therefore, it is important to um, explain that the business is has sustainable competitive advantage. Okay, competitive advantage means in every business, of course, you have competitors, right? Um, in the case of competition, you try to explore what is the competitive advantage of your products of your company, how the product of your company, the company. Basically, if we talk about products, divided is divided into two, service and products. So when you talk about competitive advantage, means how your service or your products have advantage so that you can compete with the competitors, because every company has competitors, um, no matter whether it is small or medium or big business, they are all have competitors. So when writing the business plan, we uh, try to explore what is the competitive advantage of your company in terms of product and services to the customers, because this will guarantee or assure that your company um, will be sustainable for the long run. Okay. and then identifies the assumption to which the business is most sensitive, the potential risks, and mitigating actions. Therefore, sometimes in the business plan, um, SWOT analysis, SWOT analysis is included. I believe you are familiar already with SWOT, SWOT, SWOT analysis. It stands for? Any ideas? What does SWOT stand for? Yeah? What does SWOT stand for?
It is strength, weakness.
Yeah, strength, weakness, and then O?
Opportunity.
Opportunity, yeah. And then T?
Threat.
Threat. Okay. Therefore, sometimes we need to include correct. Yeah, this SWOT analysis in the business plan. This one also to show that our company is ready to deal with the threat or competition with other company. So, and also we explained that there is opportunity that can be achieved by overcoming the weaknesses and threat. Weakness and threat, of course, can come from internal and external. Internal means inside the company, or external from the competitors, from the outside company. It can be economic condition in general, competitors, and other external factors. Yeah, so this need to be included also in the business plan. So we know what is the weakness, what is the company will be sensitive to the certain risks. And then the next one, we need to show who is supported the implementation of the business plan. In this case, therefore, we explain the structure of the company, who is the managers, who are the people responsible for implementing the business plan. The next one, almost the same. Description of the individuals involved in managing the business. Who is the founders, who is the managers, because the potential investors also need to know whether the company is being managed by professionals and credible people. Okay, and then identifies the funding requirements for the business. Yeah, there is a financial analysis. Of course, this can be done thoroughly by people who are having financial education background, because they need to do the financial analysis for the company. Okay, and then next we talk about still about the business plan. In tailoring the template to meet the specific needs of the project or business being presented, the following questions should be asked. This is actually in relation to the business development plan, the second use of the business plan. So when we try to use the business plan for expanding the operation of the company. The first question is, what is the ultimate objective of preparing the business plan? How will the business plan be used and by whom? to what level of detail should the plan be prepared? Will the plan be used to examine high-level strategic issues or for actually running the business? Okay. What is the scope of the business plan? Does it relate to the entire business, a division or geographic region, or just a product or service? Yeah, right. So this because this will relate to the customers of the or users of the product or services of the company. For what time period should the business plan be prepared? And then should the financial projections within the plan be prepared on a monthly, quarterly, or annual basis, or some combination? For example, monthly for the first 2 years and quarterly thereafter. Monthly, I think is clear. Quarterly mean 4 times a year. It means every 3 months. So that's quarterly reports, financial report. Okay, so this is about the financial projection. Because financial projection also should be realistic based on the cost of the overhead costs, direct costs for company operation, or the and also for the salary for the operation of the company. Okay, now the process of writing the business plan. Before embarking on the business planning process, it is often useful to attempt to write a first draft of the executive summary without any prior preparation or analysis. This will provide a reference point for all future business planning activity and ensure that the activity remains focused on meeting the business planning objectives. So executive summary, usually it is in the beginning of the business plan. This executive summary usually runs for 1 to 2 pages. Yeah, this is the summary of the entire business plan that of your company. In some cases, people prefer to write the executive summary later after every components in the business plan is done. Then you write the executive summary, because executive summary is actually the summary for the executive when you try to offer your business plan or investment opportunity to other people, usually other businesses, other company. And the company usually is headed by an executive. An executive is a very busy man or busy woman. Therefore, it is necessary to write a very concise and attractive executive summary, so that when the potential customers read the business plan, they begin to get interest to read the whole business plan documents, so that they, as expected, they will be interested in investing their money into the in our company. So therefore, executive summary is very important. Although we can start writing this also in the as a draft, because in the executive summary it summarizes everything of the business plan. So although it is not complete yet as a draft, at least you have a rough draft about what you are going to do or what the company is going to do and achieve. So the basic information that need to be included, the basic business information can usually be prepared and written quickly and will be valuable reference for future contributors to that document. It should be include the following. Yeah, this one actually the content of the business plan, the title, the contents, table of contents. Yeah, there are many samples of the real business plans. The real business plan can run about 20 to 40 pages, depending on the size of the company and also the activities of the company. Okay, the business plan contains of title, contents, contract information, if any, and then documents control. Document control like logos, letterhead, like that one. Professional advisors, definitions, legal structure, and corporate data. The legal data on the establishment of the company, the contract, etc. Okay, so the form actually vary. Now we move on to the executive summary. As I have explained, the executive summary is the most important section of the business plan, since it may be the only section that is read. As we know, by name it implies executive summary is the summary for executive. Executive usually is a busy people. Therefore, they need to read a concise, straightforward but comprehensive information about the business plan. Okay, and because it is usually the first section to be read, it must engage readers, engage the executive who read it, and excite them about the potential of the business idea. It should not be an introduction to the business plan. It should be a 2 to 3 page encapsulation or summary of the defining characteristics of the business proposition and the requests being made to the reader, to the executive, in terms of approvals of funding. Yeah, especially when we use this the business plan for the second purpose, to use it as the business development plan of the company. So the contents of, in this case, the content of the executive summary should be current state of the business, because the business is already in operation. So what is the current state of the business? And then products and services and the customers. So these are the important elements. Product and services. The company can have both or only product, or only services, or both product and services and the customers. And then sources of sustainable competitive advantage. We have discussed about the competitive advantage before, how the existence of the company has competitive advantage in terms, especially in terms of the products and services, because it will guarantee the existence of the company. If it has sustainable competitive advantage, we can guarantee that the operation of the company will be sustainable, will run for a long time, not short-lived. Okay. And then shareholder objective of the business strategy. Shareholders objective and business strategy. So whether the objective of the company or shareholders, this need to be included in the executive summary. The good one should cover this one. And then the summary of financial forecasts, how the financial projection of the company, and then decisions of funding being sought. Yeah, because it is in the company is in the process of developing the or expansion or development. So in that process, it needs more investors, needs more funding, etc. So we need to include this into the executive summary. Okay. Now going back to the business plan again. The history of the historic elements need to be included in the business plan. Yeah, the historic elements. The history of the business is another useful section to write before starting the business planning process. It includes date founded, when the company is founded, and who are the founders, whether one or more than one person, who is the founder or founders, and whether in the course of the operation of the company, whether it changed the name, like Binos. Before it was not Binos. It was called STIMIC thing, Sekolah Tinggi Informatika, yeah, dan komputer, like that. Then it changed to a university. So that's need to be included if there is change in name of the company in the course of time. Yeah. If there is no change, then no need. But sometimes, yeah, the company change name, right? And then the scope. We have discussed about the scope of the company, scope of the customer base, and then environmental changes. Of course, here the environmental changes of the business of the company business based on the economic situation. These environmental changes may take place during the operation of the company. Then dates and explanation of major acquisition and divestitures, if any. In the case of a big company, sometimes the company experience divestitures or acquisition or mergers sometimes, like what we see recently, all the all Sharia banks, the national one, the government Sharia bank are merged together into one bigger company. So it is called merger. Then in that it is not acquisition but mergers. This also need to be included if there is a merger process take place during the process from different three banks. If you know Mandiri Syariah, PR, PRI Syariah, and PNI Syariah, they are merged together into PSI now, Bank Syariah Indonesia. Okay, so merger and acquisition or divestitures, that's the process need to be explained also in the business plan. And then major obstacle phase, this is what we talk in relation to the SWOT analysis. What is the strength, what is weaknesses, what is the threat, and what opportunity that is going to be faced by the company. So the SWOT analysis can be included in this part. Period of growth and slowdown. Okay, so this the historic elements of the business plan. And then once the outline of the business plan has been prepared and the first draft of the executive summary written, the process of generating the content to complete the remainder of the business plan can begin. Okay, so yeah, this is one of the way to write the business plan. Yeah, you start with the executive summary. That's the draft, of course, the draft of the executive summary, and then the draft of the content, and then you start filling up all the elements. Sometimes people also, there is another method of writing business plan. You start from the content first. When everything are done, then you start writing the executive summary. Well, whichever method you are going to use, the important one is these are the elements that need to be included in the business plan writing. Executive summary and all of those elements like title, SWOT analysis, customer base, product and services, mission, vision, and the objective. Vision, mission is the objective of the company. Okay, right. Yeah, this is the, basically that's all the component of the business plan before we do the exercise. Well, these are the more or less what is meant by business plan. It is a very important document of the company. As you know, this can be used in three different purposes, right? If you still remember, it can be used before the company is in operation. It is used as the planning, purely as a planning activity, because by writing the business plan, you know what you are going to do, what you are going to achieve, what is the vision, what is the mission of the company. And then when the company is running, and then the second use of business plan is for soliciting funding from external sources, from other company, from other people, so that you have a better financial position when the company is supported by many shareholders, many investors. So in that case, the business plan is used or function as the business development plan. And the third one, if you still remember, the business plan is when the company is in operation. The business plan that was written initially can be used to monitor and evaluate the operation of the company, whether the company is on the right track or not. It can be evaluated through the business plan that initially has been written by the company. Okay, now let's, any question before we do the exercise from this short description about business plan? Yeah, it is useful for any type of business, whether small business, medium business, or especially the big one. Of course, you need a more comprehensive business plan if it is if the company is a major company or big company. You know? If small one, it depends. Therefore, if you browse in the internet, there are many templates for business plan preparation. It can be used for startup company, small company, or medium or big company. So there varies. Okay, now let's do the any question from this discussion about the business plan. Okay, if you don't have any question, then we now we do the exercise. Yeah, right. In this business plan writing that we have learned in this session, we start from executive summary, the scratch of the executive summary, and then table of content, and then completing all the elements. So the process is from the beginning up to at the end. Now we have a sample of an executive summary, and then we will have a look. We will discuss whether or not this executive summary contains all the elements that we have discussed before. Okay. Right. This one is too small, so I think I have make a bigger one. So let me stop this one and share another file for the executive summary. For the executive summary exercise, yeah? Okay, this one is bigger. Okay? Maybe I can make it a little bit bigger. Enlarge a bit. Maybe 130. Okay, it's bigger now. Right. Okay, now let's read this carefully. And then we try to explore whether all elements that we discuss in the slides available or given in this executive summary. Okay, session 8, right. Let's start from the last name here. What is this? Okay, from the last name that is in my notes here. Um, from the last one. So, Sohi, are you there, Sohi? Sohi, are you there? Sohi, you? So he is not joining us this morning. Okay. And then Denny Krismandala. Are you there, Denny? Oh, so here, are you there? I, maybe there's something technical problem for the sound or for the mic. Just unmute your mic. Yeah, we read it first. We read the executive summary first. Okay, so he is not. Maybe problem with the mic. Danny, are you there, Danny? Danny also have problem with the mic or not joining us. No. He won, Jang. Are you there? He won. Oh, Yuan Jang also has a mic problem, maybe, or not joining. Right. Syed Muhammad, are you there? Syed Muhammad Lutfi Ibrahim, are you there? Syed is not joining. Okay, Aditya Fajar. Aditya is not joining also. Zahra, are you there, Zahra?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you just read the paragraph 1?
Okay. Um, Plum is an Austin, Texas-based startup company founded in 2012 and dedicated to developing innovative hardware and software technologies that give consumers total control over their lights, appliance, and
Appliance.
appliance and electrical outlets through their smartphone. Our Plum Lightpad dimmer, smart plug and duplex outlet hardware products, combined with the Plum mobile device for iOS and Android, comprise a comprehensive automated home lighting and appliance control ecosystem, offering users unparalleled levels of visibility and control over their home lighting, all delivered in one affordable, accessible, easy-to-use package.
Okay, so uh, this is the first paragraph of the executive summary of this company. Okay. Next, paragraph 2. Nadia, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you read paragraph 2?
Okay, sir. Capitalizing on the rising interest in the Internet of Things that has catapulted home automation into a $4 billion market and growing, and the demand for simple, affordable home automation solutions in a market that is currently controlled by expensive, high maintenance, and inaccessible automation systems Plum is positioned to be an undisputed leader in the smart home market in the years to come.
Okay, yeah, that's the second paragraph. The next paragraph, Aldo, are you there? Aldo Moro. Aldo is not joining. And then Muhammad Dafa. Muhammad Dafa is also not joining. Inggit Indrianti. Inggit is not joining also. And then Raymond Franico.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you read the third paragraph?
Okay. Just 2 years after our company's inception, Plum has already made tremendous progress toward our goal of providing simple, affordable, accessible, automated lighting solutions. After an early Kickstarter campaign that raised more than 300,000 from over 1,300 acres, which serve as powerful proof of Plum's appeal among our target audience. Plum has been accepted in accelerator programs run by some of the leading in tech and innovation, including Microsoft and W, and has raised more than 7,000 early
SXSW, yeah. And has raised, yeah, go on.
startup funding through Fundable, the leading startup, and small businesses.
Okay, right. So that's the third paragraph. And this is the last one, fourth paragraph. Fourth paragraph, Muhammad Yasir Isro. Sorry. Are you there, Muhammad Yasir? No, it's not joining us. Okay. Ellen Yolanda.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the last paragraph.
Okay. Now we are preparing to build on our momentum, seeking between 1.2 and $3 million in seed series funding to support scaled production of Plum hardware products, development of sales and distribution channels, and strategic marketing and outreach initiatives, all geared toward launching full-scale production and distribution of Plum products, and securing our company's position as an undisputed leader in the home automation space.
Okay, right. So this is the company image. I mean, in the executive summary. Yeah. So this is the concise executive summary of this company. And then now we try to explore this exercise whether this executive summary contains all those elements that we have discussed in this session. Okay, so these are the 8 questions that we will do. Okay, number one, it's easy one. Question number one, what is the company name? The next one will be Putri Salsabila. Are you there, Putri? Okay, Putri Salsabila is not joining with us today. Okay. Um, right. Gabriel Garneta. Gabriel Garneta is not joining us. Okay, yeah. Question number 1. What is the company name? Yeah, let's have a look at the executive summary. Okay, Plum is the company name, right? Plum is an Austin, Texas-based startup company. Okay, founded in 2012. Okay, right. Muhammad Nurvaizi. Question number 2. Are you
Yes,
there?
sir. Yes.
Yeah. This is the question number 2. What type of business does the company run?
The company runs a home automated business.
Company runs
Automated home.
home automation. Yeah. So this is the term. We look at this. Yeah, in paragraph 2, I think it is mentioned somewhere. Yeah, this is home automation. So that's the business category of the company. So Plum is specializing or is running the home automation business. Right. Okay. Um, Ayuza, the next question. Question number 3. How is its current state of business? Is Ayuza joining us today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. Question number 3. Um, sorry, question number 3 is how is the current state of the business? The business of this company, yeah? What is the current state of the business?
Mm, Plum has already made tremendous progress toward our goal of providing simple, affordable, accessible, automated lighting solutions.
Okay, so yeah, when we answer this kind of question, I think we start from the question, how is the current state of business? The current state of business of the Plum is like that. So we answer in more systematic way, I think. Yeah. So can you say that again? The current state of business of the Plum company is like that. Can you repeat again?
The current state of business of the company is
Yeah, the executive
has
summary.
already made tremendous progress toward our goal of providing simple, affordable, flexible automated lighting solutions.
Okay, so in short, or in our own words, we can say the current state of business, the current condition of business of the Plum company is that the company is making or has made tremendous progress. Yeah, it means the business is developing in the right direction. Yeah. Yeah, this is as we remember that these elements of this kind of information is important to show because we are going to use this business plan for developing the company. So we have to show to the potential investors that the company is growing, that the company is in the state of good condition, and the business is progressing in tremendous way. So it's developing. Okay, so that's right. So that's the answer for the third question. What is the state of business of the company? The next question, Farah, I think, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Question number 4. Was there any information about products and services and the customers? Oh, because there are three, yeah? Three information actually: products, services, and customers. Or we divide it into two: product and services and customers. Maybe product and services for Farah.
Yes, there was.
What is the product and services?
I think the description is our plum light pad dimmer, smart plug and duplex outlet, hardware products combined with the plum mobile device for iOS and Android, comprise
Okay,
a comprehensive.
right. So that's the products of
Uh,
the Plum company. The product is Plum Light Pad Dimmer, Smart Plug, and Duplex Outlet hardware products. Of course, it may consist of many products. And then combined with the Plum mobile device for iOS and Android. iOS means iPhone, yeah, operating system, or because they use different operating system than Android. Okay, so these are the products. It means, in short, it provides home automation where people can or customer can control their home lighting and appliances using their mobile phones. Okay, so you can adjust the lighting although you are not at home, and also the operation of the appliances at home. So these are the products of the Plum company, right? And then the customers. Is there any information about the customers? Is that right? Customers, right? Okay, right. The next question for customers is uh, Vanessa Saron. What do you think? Is there any description about the customers of Plum? Are you there, Vanessa? Vanessa is not joining us. Okay. there? Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is there any discussion about customers of
Sorry,
the
sir.
plum?
Sorry, sir. Your sound is kinda lagging. Is it possible to repeat the question?
Okay. Um, is there any description about customers in this executive summary?
I don't think there is description about customers, but there are descriptions more to what they provide.
Okay. Sometimes the information is indirect. So maybe from what is written here, there is an indirect information about the customers.
Mm, is it talking about the campaign for the target audience?
Yeah, that's the campaign is the marketing strategy. The customers, if we look at this, which line, it is indirectly explained here. If we look in paragraph 2, the business of the company is home automation, right? And in this second paragraph, there is a description about capitalizing on the rising interest in the Internet of Things that has catapulted home automation into a 4 billion market and growing. This is the market share. It's a very big market potential. And the demand for simple, affordable home automation solution, yeah, this is the target market of the company. Indirectly, it explained that the Plum company is actually operating for the um, the customers who can afford to buy the device, because it is now previously, if we continue this line, automation show in the market is currently the market is controlled by expensive, high maintenance and inaccessible automation system. Okay, currently this is the competitor of the Plum, and Plum is coming with a simple, affordable home automation solution. It means the target market or the consumers that Plum is targeting is the lower income level customers, because the competitors is operating in the expensive, high maintenance and inaccessible automation system. This is for high level income customers. Therefore, from this second paragraph, I think we can conclude that Plum customers is middle income people or customers, or even lower, because the product that Plum offer is simple and affordable, easy to operate package. So that's the product. Therefore, it will compete with our competitors with its selling expensive, high maintenance, and inaccessible automation system. Okay, so indirectly, these are the information about the customers of Plum. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes like that, we do not explain directly, but indirectly by this, um, we know that the target markets of the Plum is for middle income level customers. Okay, because they are competing with this one. Okay, right. Any questions from what we have discussed?
Sir,
If
I wanna ask about the the customer's information. Like,
yeah,
does it always in a business plan? Does it always have indirect information like the previous one? Like
this
the mhm.
yeah, because this executive summary, it is indirectly explained, but inside the plan, inside the business plan, it must be explained in more uh, explicit way. Yeah, but it is in the executive summary. It can be like this. It can be like this, indirectly explained. But if it is inside the content, because executive summary is in the beginning of the business plan, and inside the business plan, we will explain in more explicit what is the income level. Even as I have mentioned, it will be better inside the business plan if we when we talks about customers, we talk demographically and psychographically. Demographically means the age level, how old they are. Maybe you need to end where they live, because that will explain about the coverage, the area coverage, and also the preference, that psychographic information about the customers. Yes, in the inside business plan, it must be explicit and it must be clear. But in the executive summary, it can be implicit like this. Is that does it answer your questions?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, right. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Any other questions? Right. Okay, if you don't have any, now let's move on to the next questions. Number 5. Was there any sources of sustainable competitive advantage? Yeah, the next question goes to Desi. Are you there, Desi?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Is there any source of sustainable competitive advantage that is explained in this executive summary?
Yes, sir. There is like on the paragraph two, there are like what you say before, like affordable home automation. I think it was like the locals, the locals in the company, and they also have focusing on specific segment of the market, like selling about the home automation. And I think there is innovation too.
Okay, right. So the source of what is the question? Let's have a look again. Was there any sources of sustainable competitive advantage. Yeah, the source of competitive advantage. Sustainable, is that the word? Yeah, sustainable competitive advantage. Okay. Yeah, according to Desi, the first one is the product itself. It is simple, affordable, easy to operate. Yeah, in paragraph one, this one, easy to use package. That's the competitive advantage of the products. And how about the sustainable one? The competitive advantage of the product, that one is correct. That the product is easy to operate and affordable. It means the price is cheaper than the price of the competitor's product. So that's the competitive advantage. Yeah, as we know, competitive advantage means that our product can compete with the product provided by the competitors. It must have advantage. It must have advantages so that it has it is better than the product of the competitor, right? Sometimes when we talk about the competitive advantage, sometimes the price, not only the price, yeah, well, the price can be one of the competitive advantage, but sometimes quality also, yeah, the quality will give the competitive advantage. For example, although the product is more expensive, but if the quality is high quality, sometimes people still buy that one. Of course, maybe the market segment is different, but quality and price can be the competitive advantage. Okay. In marketing world, sometimes they use the word value for money. Maybe you have heard that one. Oh, this product is value for money. When you say the product value for money, it means it's not always cheaper, but the quality that you have is equal with the price that you pay, or it's even higher sometimes. Therefore, sometimes the product is more expensive, but people still buy because it has value for money. The quality is really better than the other products. Okay. For example, if you look at the car, for example, why Fortuner is more expensive than Innova, and people still buy Fortuners, right? That's because of the value for money things. That's the quality, right? So in this case, in the case of Plum, um, yeah, the easy to use and cheaper or affordable price. This is the source of the competitive advantage of the Plum. And the other one, what do you think can be the source of sustainable competitive advantage of the company? The product is yes. The other one is the any ideas? Maybe beside the product, what is the source of the sustainable competitive advantage of the company? Is the in paragraph 2 we can see here in paragraph 2 the market share. It's a very big market share. It's a 4 billion market and growing. It means the market share for home automation is a very big business, and if you can compete in that market, then it will be the source of your sustainable competitive advantage. It means your with that condition, your company can last long because the market size is very big and your product is good and well accepted by the market, then that's the source of the competitive advantage. Okay, so there are two. Yeah, the first, the product itself, it is affordable, simple, and easy to use products. And the second one is the big market share and still growing, not stagnant. Although the market is big, but stagnant maybe is not good source of sustainability. But this one is a big market, but still growing. It means that will become the source of the competitive advantage of your company. Okay, right now, question number 6. What was there any shareholder objectives and business strategy? Two questions, yeah, actually. Shareholder objective and business strategy. For first element, shareholder objective. Is there any information about shareholder objective? The next question will go to Brian Adinata.
Yes.
Yeah. Which one do you think is the information for the shareholders' objective?
I think they want to build momentum and want to have a funding seat for developing a whole to support the scale production of the Plum products.
Okay, objective goals. Is there any shareholder goals? Okay, this one, you think this one, this the funding seat 1.2 to 3 millions.
Yeah.
One. Is that the goal of the, okay, maybe, yeah, like the type of customers, it is indirectly explained in the executive summary. The goals, the shareholders' goals, is also indirectly explained here. Yeah, maybe this one, in the sense that as the shareholders, we can imagine if you become a shareholders, you are investing to a company. What is in our mind as a shareholders? We want that our investment is secure and profitable, right? So when the company is growing and the product is sustainable, that's the also the objective of the shareholders. That information actually we can see from this paragraph 3, yeah, in paragraph 3. Just 2 years, no, this one. Plum has already made tremendous progress toward our goal. It is mentioned, this is the company say our goals of providing simple, affordable, accessible, automated lighting solutions. This is the goal of the company. And at the same time, it is also the goals of the shareholders, because as investors, when you become the shareholders of the company, it means you agree with the objective of the company, right? Because you agree that the objective of the company is the same with your objective as investors or as shareholders, then that's the objective of the shareholders. Because it is mentioned here, initially they got $300,000 from 1,300 backers. Backers can mean shareholders, yeah, because backers mean person or people who support financially to the company. So basically, it's the same. 1,300 backers mean the shareholders. So this one, once again, the purpose of the company is also, or the objective of the company, objective is the goals, right? So the goals of the company is also the goals of the shareholders, because when you invest in a company, it means you agree with the objective or the goals of the company, right? So these are the objectives: providing simple, affordable, accessible automated lighting solutions, right? And then the second element is the business strategy of the company. This goes to other students. Think Kevin, Nathanael. Yeah,
Yes.
Kevin. What is the business strategy explained in this business of the plum of this business of this company? What is the business strategy?
Um,
Is there any information about that in the executive summary? I
I
can
think
scroll it up. Yeah, okay.
uh, I think they are looking for funds, and then after they receive the funding, they are going to make sure that they're going to improve the production of the products.
Okay, in paragraph 4, that's the business strategy. I think you can summarize, or you can make a summary or get an idea from paragraph 4, this one. So this is the business strategy of Plum. Yeah, if you can make a summary of with your own words.
Yes, they are looking for um, they are looking for
Yeah.
funding, which is like 1.2 and with 3 million in seed funding. And after they receive the funding, uh, they will launch a full-scale production and distribution of Plum products and securing the company's position as an undisputed leader in home automation space.
Okay, when we talk about the strategy, business strategy is basically strategy in production and marketing, right? Because when you talk about company in general, when you talk about the business strategy, basically is the strategy for marketing and production. So that's actually the answer must be. Of course, it will involve the funding, but the main thing regarding the business strategy is the strategy in production and marketing. So, as explained in this paragraph 4, yeah, you see here, of course, they are going to get funding after securing this 1 million, yeah, initially 300,000, and then it gets another $700,000, altogether $1 million, and they are going to develop the business further and they try to get 1.2 to 3 million funding. So it shows the continuous growth. Going back to the company strategy is here we can see the after securing this amount, they are going to scale up the production. Scale up means to increase the production, and then they improve the distribution channels and also strategic marketing through this one outreach initiative. Outreach initiative means you are trying to reach more people, more customers for your products. So that's outreach initiative, right? So once again, if we talk about the business strategy, that's the first securing the additional funding. When they got the funding, in this case, from 1 million, they try to get 1.2 and 3 million in seed fundings. When they get this funding, the strategy is they will use the funding to scale up the production and then develop the sales and distribution channels. Always like that because the company is selling product and services, right? So use the increased funding to develop or to scale up the production, and then after that improve the distribution channels and do the strategic marketing and outreach initiative. So this is the strategy, a complete strategy of the complete business strategy, beginning from increasing the funding and then increasing the products of the company and then improving the sales and distribution channel. It will happen if they also improve the marketing and also outreach initiative. That's the flow of activities of the company. Okay, improving the products and then improving the sales and distribution. How to improve the sales and distribution through a better marketing, better strategic marketing, and outreach initiatives. Yeah, outreach initiative means you widen the coverage of your customer base. So that's the overall the business strategy is explained here. Okay, that's right in the last paragraph. Okay, any questions so far from what we have discussed before we continue to the next questions? Okay, the next question, I think question number 7. How is the summary of its financial forecast? Yeah, more or less we have discussed actually. Okay, but anyway, what is the, sorry? How is the summary of its financial forecast? Yeah, the summary of financial forecast. Siren, Agustin?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, more or less we have discussed that. You just
Yes.
summarize that, right? Summary of the financial forecast.
Yes, the summary of Plum's financial forecast is that they are preparing to build their own momentum, seeking between 1.2 and 3 million in seed series funding to support skilled production of Plum hardware products, development of sales and distribution channels, and strategic marketing and outreach initiatives.
Okay, yeah, actually the marketing, the financial forecast is this one. So now at the moment they have secure 300,000 from 1,300 backers. Okay, and then they get additionally they have 700,000 from fundable. Okay, now they have $1 million. Okay, $1 million. So it's a medium business actually. $1 million now equal to 14,500,000,000 rupiah, more or less. Yeah, 14 million. Yeah. So this initially they have this amount, and now they because of this big market potential, they use this momentum to get this fund. You see that they have a competitive advantage of their products. So with that, they feel confidence that they will be able to develop their money. I mean, the investors. Initially, they get 1 million. They forecast that will be able to secure or to get 1.2 million to 3 million of series of funding, seed funding. They confident to get that because if they get this one, this is their financial forecast. They will use this to scale up the production, to develop the distribution channels, and to do the strategic marketing and outreach initiative for again for marketing. Right. So the financial forecast is this one from 1 million, and they are aiming for in the coming years, they are trying to get another 1.2 to 3 million dollars. Yeah, about 30 billion rupiah. Right. Okay. So yeah, this is the image. Home lighting, home automation. It means people can control their lighting and appliance, although they are not at home, because they can control it by mobile devices, whether it runs on iOS, like iPhone, which run on iOS, or Androids. Most people are using Android but there are also people who are using iOS, right? Okay, so that's question number 7. Now, question number 8, the last question. Was there any decision of funding? Is there any decision of funding being sought? Was there any decision of funding being sought? Yeah, the last question. Cerlita Olivia. Are you there, Cerlita?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay, yeah. Is what's the question again? The question is was there any decision? Was there any decision of funding being short? Yeah, was there any decision of funding being short? Yeah, what do you think? Uh, yeah, what do you think?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. Was there any decision? Yeah, which one? Okay, yeah, go ahead. You think yes?
Um, it's when they say they are preparing to build on their momentum, seeking between 1.2 and 3 million in seed series funding to support scaled production of farm hardware products and so
Okay,
on.
right. So that the decision um, in sourcing the fundings. Yeah. Okay. So let me say again. Yeah. So when they say we are now preparing to build on our momentum seeking, yes, they are seeking this amount, but of course it is not decided yet because they are sourcing this from external funding, right? So they are sourcing for external funding, and there is no decision yet because it is still planned. There is still forecast because the question is from the internal company. Yes, they decide that they will have 1.2 or 3 million, but uh, the funding that they are seeking is not yet decided because they are still seeking at the moment. So the answer is yes and no. Yes, from internal the company, yes, they have decided that they will secure, they will try to secure try to get this 1.2 to 3 million dollars, but from the external side, the funding agencies or the donors or investors, there is no decision yet. So this one is still forecast, still plan, purely planning. When they secure this one, then this will happen. Yeah, so it's like a conditional sentence. They will try to get this amount. Internally, internal company, they decide that they will plan to have this one, but from the external funding, there is no decision yet because they are still seeking. It means they are in the process of seeking the funding. Um, but internally, from the internal company, they decided that the amount they are going to get is this amount. Okay, right. So from this exercise, I think we see that although this summary is very concise, short and concise, it contains almost, I think, although sometimes indirectly stated, it contains all the elements that we have previously discussed. Yeah. Okay, so these are the example of the executive summary, which usually goes in the beginning of the business plan. As the term implies, it is the summary for executive. Usually, executive do not have much time. Therefore, when we write this executive summary, usually run for 1 to 2 page at the most. Yeah, this one is only 1 page, but contain many information already. So this is the example of concise executive summary. The longest one is 2 pages, yeah, not more than 2 pages, because as I have explained, executive usually they are very busy people. They don't have much time to read a long document. So usually in the business plan, this is the only part that the executive read. The other maybe they just flick through the details, but mostly this is the only part that the executive is reading. Therefore, when we write, we try to make it as comprehensive, as concise and comprehensive as possible. Although if we read other executive summary may not have all these details, because well, the, the consideration may be different. It depends on the type of business also. If it is a small and simple business, maybe not as complete as this one, because this one is a medium startup business. So it's more or less contain all those elements. But the other type, maybe if you look at other models of executive summary, maybe it does not contain as comprehensive as this one. Okay, yeah. From what we have discussed, maybe you have any questions? Okay, if you don't have any question, maybe later we will see. Oh, meanwhile, maybe I can fill up the session log. Yeah, you can think of any other question. The next session will be next week, yeah, because we will have a holiday again. I think the next session, session 9, will be on the 20th of May, yeah, in the coming 2 weeks, I think. Right, so yeah, there will be assignment in tutorial today. I will upload the fourth tutorial assignment. In tutorial, I will, as usual, try to put the information related to business communication. So all activities that is given in the tutorial is basically to increase your knowledge and vocabulary on business related English, business English related activities. So on especially I focus to use the market leader because it has a good exercise and knowledge on business related information in that. So by doing the exercises, what we expect is that you can increase the knowledge in business English and also some issues related to business activities. Okay, now I think I can uh, fill up the session log while maybe you have any question that you want to raise during this time. Okay, let me go to Binus Maya first. Which one? This one. Okay. Okay, this is mine. It seems it runs well. English for business communication. Right, this one. Okay, this one. Attendance. Which one? Attendance. Yeah. Right. Submitting the attendance. Right now it's being recorded. The session log. Okay. This one. Submitting session log. Okay, right. Session log is being submitted. So your attendance is already recorded. Yeah. Any question before we finish our session? Yeah. So once again, that our okay, I just read the chat from Sophie, I think. Well, I just say I cannot turn on my. Okay, right. Okay, no worries. Okay, so just have a look at the tutorial. I will post the assignment on the business related issues that can increase our knowledge on business related issues. This time about the risks in doing the business. Okay, so if you don't have any question, I think we finish our session this time. Thank you for joining. See you on the 20th of May, yeah, in 2 weeks. Thank you once again. Goodbye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay,
Thank you,
thank you.
sir.
Thank you. Bye.